When it comes to privacy, it's all focused around an individual, a data subject, as the GDPR would name it. When we typically talk about security, it really means any data, financial, business, and personal data that's included. So in reality, privacy is very much a human factor, whereas security is much more of a technology and a management decision that we'd need to meet. Yeah, so when it's a data breach, essentially any information that is being stolen in that respect or being lost in that respect can be financial, it can be business, it could be anything that would harm the business. When we talk about personal data breach, we're talking about something that would harm an individual. So let's say, for example, health information, mailing list information, all of these are related to a particular data subject. And although it wouldn't harm the business if that information was lost, it would harm an individual. So the distinction that the GDPR makes is really understanding the level of sensitivity of that information, but also whether it can be identifiable to a data subject. A lot of the time GDPR is seen as something that companies have to do in order to meet the law. However, I'd rather see that it's a differentiator to show your customers, your competitors, that you actually care a lot about the information that you hold on data subjects. In this respect, it means then that you can differentiate yourself from a market that is very busy with your competitors. A good example is Apple. They actually have an amazing program, and they do respect the privacy of their customers. And this has been in their DNA for 15, 20 years. And we see other tech companies in the same arena that maybe don't have the same standards, that are actually struggling right now with the trust that they have with their data subjects. So it's a very fine game, but certainly companies that get the best out of their privacy and their GDPR program, they ultimately have a much better perception in the marketplace with their customers. If a company has a lot of data subject information and that information is lost, the impact can be very significant. If we're looking at, say, a Marriott example, or an Equifax example, or a Yahoo example, Facebook, this really does damage the reputation of those companies. And there's famous quotes that I've heard around companies spending 15 years to build up their brand and reputation, and it only taking 5-10 minutes to completely lose that reputation due to a data breach of personal data. So really that is the impact, not necessarily just the financial, but also your reputational and brand image that is also taking some damage in that aspect.